A lot of people, especially those who are not in Christ, are very, very quick to blame God for when things go really bad. Someone, a relative dies, or someone gets really, really sick, or someone goes to jail, or something like that. They are super quick to blame God, and they always tend to question, why, if God is such a good God, why He allows those things to happen, allows cancer, allows sickness, allows kids to die. And the answer is actually very, very simple. The main part is that we live in a fallen world, and this is a fallen world because of sin, and because Satan is actually in charge of this world. He's the ruler of, well, he's not in charge of the world, but he's the ruler of the world. And it's very interesting when people ask if God is such a good God, why allow evil? Well, if there was no evil in the world, how would we know what good is? How would we know that He is a good God? And another part too is He allows evil because of free will. We have the ability to choose whatever we want, whichever way we want. And people think, if He's such a loving God, why would He allow free will? Well, would He be a loving God if He allowed us to have free will, or if He forced us, every single one of us, to follow Him and love Him and be with Him, whether we wanted to or not? Which way is more of a loving way? Would you rather? Is it love to force, or is it love to let choose? It's kind of like that with parents. Parents cannot force adult children to do what the parents want them to do. Once the kids are adults, they have a choice to do what they want. It's literally the same exact aspect. And however, take in mind Ezekiel 33:11, which states that God does not take pleasure in the death of the wicked. Now don't get me wrong, He absolutely hates sin, especially because sin separates us from Him, from a connection and a relationship with Him. But He has steadfast love for the sinner, because He created all of us in His image, and the whole thing is, hate the idea, hate the sin, but especially for those of us who want to be with Christ and who love Jesus and accept Him and believe in Him, we must love the person and hate the sin. And a lot of that in truth sounds like hate, but it's actually love. Like, trying to get people away from sexual immorality, like homosexuality, LGBTQ plus. It's really literally not that we hate the person because of what they choose to do. We hate the sin so much so that we want we really want the person to know that their actions, those are in homosexuality, for example, those who are in the sexual immorality sin, we got to tell them the truth. Hey, if you keep up this lifestyle, you're going to send yourself to a not so good place. So us Christians, us true Christians, we do not hate anyone, absolutely anyone. We hate the sin because it separates them from the perfect love of God. And it's but at the same time, we all of us can do and choose whatever we want to do at the same time. And us true Christians also must accept that as well. So